Hey guys, it's me, Chelsea from Raising Little Sparrows. I wanted to hop on here. It has been a really long time since I've done an update, and I wanted to do a homeschool update. I've been meaning to get on here for a long time, but I've had a lot of health issues going on. I have chronic health issues, plus my kids have had a lot of it's been one of those years. Plus, we just moved last year, so there's been some farm changes as well as some health changes and things like that. So I'll do a completely separate video on that for anybody that's interested. But this video is just going to be about our update on school. So I'm going to this is kind of like our mid-year curriculum update. It's a little past the mid-year, but about that. And what we've changed and what's working for us currently. I'm going to start with my younger one. So I have two children, two boys. My oldest just turned 13, and he has several learning disabilities, ADHD. He's has autism, as well as, like I said, several learning disabilities. So he is doing mostly below grade level stuff, which you'll see. And then my youngest turned 8 this fall, and he is technically second grade. And he is mostly on grade level. A few things he's above grade level, like math. He's gifted in math. So you'll see that as well. So anyway, I'm going to start with him because his is a little quicker. And for him, for language arts, we are doing a kind of a combination of stuff. His base language arts is The Good and the Beautiful. We've used this for years. If you've seen my other curriculum, we've used it with both kids. He's doing level 2 and he's over halfway through that. So, and that's going really well. That's like great level for him. Has no issue with it. His reading is fantastic. Like he's really taken off with reading. So he's doing really well. So, he's not struggling at all. That's going really well. I think that's the right level for him. When we finish that, we'll move on next year to the level 3, which I already have. We're also doing, Explode the Code. He's on level 4. I love Explode the Code. I did use it with my oldest. He has severe dyslexia, and it was really good for him. We probably should have stuck with it more, but we did most of the levels. But now he's moved on to other things, but I'm loving it for my youngest again. And for handwriting, we are doing The Good and the Beautiful level 2, and he's flying through that. And then he'll actually probably finish that here soon. And then he is just started, like in January, he started this. This is the Learning Without Tears Building Writers curriculum, and it's level C. I'm using actually this exact same level with my oldest, but I really liked it. It's been good for him. He really struggles with writing. My oldest does, and my youngest really doesn't struggle with writing so much, but I really like it. I think it's a good, it eases them into it, and he's really enjoying it. So that's what we're using for him for our language arts. I think that's everything. He does a ton of independent reading as well. So that's his stuff. And then, so for math, I don't have a paper math in front of me because he does primarily Beast Academy. He is level 3B, I think is what it is. I don't even remember, y'all. Anyway, because he does it mostly independently. Like I said, he's gifted in math. Beast Academy is amazing because he really likes to be independent. He gets up in the morning. He gets dressed. He eats his breakfast. He starts his school. Yeah, he's 8 years old, and he starts his school completely by himself. He usually has most of his school done except for our unit study and our history and Bible. He has almost all of it done by the time I get up in the morning. Like, it's just crazy. Or by the time I'm like ready to do school. So he's the complete opposite of my oldest. My oldest is extremely dependent. Like he needs you right there for every little thing. Still at 13, but my youngest is the polar opposite. The more he can do by himself, the better. So Beast Academy has been a really good fit for us. It has like little video lessons if they need help with something, explains the concepts. He just enjoys the teaching style and the challenge of it. It's really logic based, and it's mastery. It's really interesting. Like he's already done geometry. He's done, like area, perimeter, angles, adding angles together, finding the missing angle. Like, it is crazy. So, and it is advanced. Like, even their levels don't correspond necessarily to a grade level. So like their level 3 is like advanced. It wouldn't really be like a third grade, it'd be like a fourth grade. So, you know, like multiplication, division, you know, anyway, it's complex. Like, some of the stuff I've had to like read or watch the lessons because I'm like, I don't know how to help you. Like, I need a refresher on this. Adding and subtracting fractions, like, it's fun, but it does it in a really nice way, and it has all these like challenging puzzles aside from the regular lessons that you can unlock, and he loves those. I mean, they're really tricky, and he really enjoys it. So he's flying through that. He's doing fantastic. He does it usually minimum of 5 days a week. He does it a lot on the weekends. Today's a Sunday. He did it yesterday and today as well, plus every day last week. So some days he does it 7 days a week. He just really enjoys it, and it's very independent. So, and that's on the tablet. It's a, you can do it like on the computer or on a tablet or whatever. So that's that. They do have like books you can buy as well, but they have it, all the videos in the books that you can read on the tablet as well. So that's what we do. We do the digital. And then I'm trying to think. Okay, so those are his core subjects. And then for history, which really we use it as like history and science, we're using, which I did this with my youngest or my oldest as well. Around the World with Picture Books by Beautiful Feet Books. We love Beautiful Feet Books, especially for the younger grades. I haven't used their middle grade stuff yet, so I can't speak to that. But we've used a lot of their elementary level curriculum. We have their science. It's like nature through picture books or something. I don't know. I cannot wait to do that, though. I have it set aside, and I have a bunch of books already set off with it. So we're going to do that over the summer because it's kind of a shorter, unit. But we're finishing this, and then next year I'm doing world history with my oldest, using a different curriculum, and I'll talk about that. But I'm going to go through the Around the World with Picture Books too with Finn, because we have both of those. So anyway, that's what we're doing with him. And then we have picture book atlas that we use that goes with it. We have this cool little geography book that goes over geography terms. We use our Amazing World Atlas book. I really like these. It's just chock full of stuff. Okay, so we find whatever country we're doing in there. And of course, the maps book, which goes along. You have to have that for the Beautiful Feet. And then there's a ton of picture books that go with it. So we're loving that. And it has a lot of nature stuff in it as well. So we usually will pick something from that country, kind of nature-based, and we kind of delve into that more. And that's kind of like our science, because he takes a science class outside of the home. My boys both take a co-op 1 day a week, and he takes he actually takes 2 science classes there. So one's kitchen science and one's something else, like a more of a regular science, exploring science or something. So so he's fine on science. So that's all we're doing with him. And then moving on to my older kiddo, who, like I said, is 13, but he has dyslexia, he has dyscalculia, he has dysgraphia. So he has learning disabilities in reading, writing, and math. And they're pretty severe learning disabilities. He's profoundly dyslexic. And he has autism and ADHD, severe ADHD as well. So got a lot going on. And he's at a hard age. I mean, he just turned 13. He's going through, teenager changes and hormone changes and sleep changes. And, he's on different medicine as well, which has affected his sleep cycles and stuff. So I've been trying to give us a lot of grace this year with him, but he's making such good progress, especially with math. I'm finally seeing progress. Concepts are finally making sense to him, which, if you've watched my previous videos, we've been on like 2nd grade math forever, for years. Like, I couldn't even, since 2nd grade, like, it's kind of unbelievable. So, what I'm doing with him, since I talked about math, we'll start with that. We are doing Math UC with him. We did Math UC with him in kindergarten, and it went amazingly well. Then we tried to do it in 1st grade, and he really struggled with it. And I tried, that jump started the whole trying every curriculum ever made to man with math. And that nothing stuck. Nothing worked really well. We've had multiple math tutors. I think he's had 4 math tutors. Nothing has gone well. And his evaluator, who works with, learning disabilities and that kind of thing, she specifically said, I really think you need to put him back in Math UC, start him in beta, and just work slow and steady. and he's doing so well with it now. He's almost no, I think he's more than halfway. Is he on? Yes, he is. He's definitely over halfway. I think he's on like lesson 18 or 19. I think there's like 30 or something. Anyway, he's doing really, really well with it. It's sticking. He's able to do mental math now. Like I'm just so thrilled. So this is exciting because we haven't made like real progress in a long time. So yes, he's behind, but he's making really good progress, and I'm super excited about it. And he's excited about it. He's not hating math anymore. So that's what we're doing. He still uses the blocks. He loves the blocks. He's always loved the blocks. So it's working. We're going to stick with that. And then for language arts, we do a combo of things. So first, he has a tutor that specializes in dyslexia. She's local to us and she's amazing. She had a really long wait list. So I was excited to get into her, and that is going so well. I am thrilled. And she does a lot of writing with him too, mostly cursive writing, but that's going really well. He does that 2 days a week. He has his tutor. So on those days, we don't do much language arts wise. He does his handwriting when he gets home, and that's it. Otherwise, we are doing a combination of, we use this book kind of as like a reference. I really like it. He really likes it. And that's how I use this to kind of help explain grammar concepts and things like that. And then he's also doing Fix It Grammar, which he is over halfway. He's like 2/3 of the way through this. Really recommend this. And he's doing so well with it. In the beginning, I won't lie. The way Fix It Grammar works is let me see if I can find a reference. So it'll have them, correct. It'll give them a sentence or a couple sentences, paragraph, whatever, as the book progresses. And it teaches them nouns, verbs, whatever. It has different concepts as it goes along, and then they correct it. They edit it. And then at the bottom of the page, they're supposed to write it. The whole first, third of the book, he did not write. I mean, he had, twice where he rewrote it all. Writing is such a struggle for him. So we just focused on the editing and the learning the grammatical concepts in this book. Now he is writing, he edits it and then he writes it all at the bottom of the page. So he's doing it as you're really supposed to do it because he's building up his stamina. So that's been really good. He also does the same as my youngest. He does the Building Writers Level C. That I'm using more to teach him how to, what an essay is, what does, a writing sample have to have, a paragraph, all those things, beginning, middle, and end, a conclusion, it's nice, and it builds it really slow, and it goes over grammatical concepts too, like nouns and adjectives, and because you have to add details and all of that. So that's been good. And we have the next book, the D and E. We have all those to kind of move along when he's ready. So that's what we've been mostly doing for language arts. His handwriting, I don't know if he's doing the Good and the Beautiful, level 4, which is, I think level 3 is when their cursive starts. He's doing so well with this. I'm really, really proud of him. He likes cursive a lot more than he does print, and he does a lot better with that. So that's what we're using for our language arts and handwriting. And then and he also does we don't do this every day. We only do this once a week, but he also does rod and staff. And I mostly flip through it and find the concepts that are aligning with his Fix It Grammar and stuff. And we go. So we don't really use it as it's written. But that's just how it works in our homeschool. That's the beauty of homeschool, but it works for us. So then for science, he does co-op, and that's what he does. He does a science class, and he does a baking and cooking class, and that's his science. He does that once a week, and in the fall he took science classes somewhere else, but he always takes science classes. So and we do stuff. We do unit studies that he joins in with as well, but they're a little more nature based, than chemistry and stuff. So, and we have science kits, and we do those periodically, but as far as actual structured classes go, that's what he's doing for science. For history, we are finishing up the American Story from Master Books. And we're doing such a mismatch for history this year. It's totally crazy. But history has totally fallen on the back burner. That's like the one subject that, with all of my health issues and all of the things we've had going on, our dog has health issues. It's been a whole bunch at once. Like I said, I'll do a separate video. We've just totally dropped history with him in a big way. He has still been doing his independent history reading, and he goes through this book. I love this book so much. Oh my gosh. It's basically a story format. It's got really good, he loves pictures, gotta have pictures. It's got really good pictures, and it goes chronologically through America's history. And this has been fantastic. So he reads a chapter. I don't know. I guess they're called chapters a day. It's really like a time period, and it's like 2-3 pages long with some pictures. He reads that every day, and then he has other reading that he does along with it. Like right now he's finishing the Abraham Lincoln, who was Abraham Lincoln book. We have just different books that I pair from our homeschool library. I have more, his history stuff's on the side of me, but anyway, that we pair with whatever he's learning about in that. And we also pull out worksheets from the master books curriculum to kind of go along. So I basically build my own unit studies based off of whatever he's reading in that American Storybook. Like right now we're actually doing Lewis and Clark. So I have all these books from our home library that go with that we do. And we'll do it for like a week, you know. So anyway, that's, and we have his other Abraham Lincoln books. And we do these as a family. Like, you know, we just have I just have all these books, people. I have so many books. So that's basically what we do. If you can sense a theme, it's that for history and science, I end up just basically making my own units instead of, I've always loved unit study, instead of like really sticking to one curriculum. I've tried so many curriculums. I love the Beautiful Feet because it is kind of more that way. It's more unit study based anyway. But I struggle to find a curriculum that is my style. I don't like a lot of worksheets, mostly because he does not like a lot of worksheets. I feel like I have to push him so much with the core subjects that I don't want to also have him dread history and science. He loves history and he loves science, and I just don't want to like kill him with like more worksheets, and he hates worksheets. And I'm honestly not sure that he gets much out of them. We do some art projects and that kind of thing. We'll do some building projects, like some fun hands-on stuff that I just will like Google stuff that goes along with whatever we're learning. You know, like when we did the Mayflower, we built like a ship out of popsicle or toothpicks, and we did different things. But we don't really follow a curriculum for it. We take bits and pieces from it. And that works. We're hoping, we've been better about really adding and fluffing up his history the last like couple of weeks. So that's been good because I really enjoy it. So I want to get back to like doing it with him more instead of just having him read it and then tell me, you know, what he read about. I feel like they do get more out of it when you have, you know, extra things to go along with it, or at least discussion about it. But again, giving myself grace. Yeah. It's been a rough year. It really, really, really has been a rough year. So many things have been going on. So, separate video. So anyway, but yeah, just wanted to jump on and tell you what's working, what we're doing now, what's changed, because we didn't start with some of this stuff. And obviously, like, we've dropped some of the extras and stuff. But, oh, side note, on top of all of that stuff, my youngest is also taking an art class once a week outside of the house. It's been amazing. It's specifically for homeschoolers, and I love it. He's made like friends, and it's been so good. And then and he's taken that since the end of last year. And then he also takes piano. He just started piano in the end of December, and that's going really well as well. So yeah, those are all the things. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. But yeah, that's what we've been up to. And it's working. We're getting there. We're in a groove. I'm starting to hit that stage where I'm getting excited about next year and kind of planning next year. And I've got to start getting stuff for that. So when we get our curriculum for next year, I'll do a curriculum update video. So, But I hope everybody's doing well. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to message me.